Hello beautiful people, so we are back with another video, and if you guys can see by the title, you see by the different background, this is going to be like a more intimate video for you guys to really get to know me as a person and what I did to overcome not the biggest problem but one of the biggest issues that I've ever had to face in my lifetime, my 18 years of life. And with that being is heartbreak, and also I'm gonna add in like what I really did to better my life, what I started to do to really start and get myself together and started being selfish for me. You guys know what I'm saying? So let's get into the video. Okay, so first some background on the situation. This video is for one, I'm not going to sit here and bash anybody, especially not my ex. I'm not going to bash. This just isn't a bashing video. This is just simply me talking from my experience and me helping somebody else. So background on the situation, my last boyfriend, we were together for 2 years. On and off though. On and off relationships are not healthy. Let me just say that one. The relationship was not healthy at all. And I'm not going to say it was all on him, but I'm not going to say it was all on me. It was definitely more of a mutual thing. The problems that we had were definitely mutual. Some might have been bigger than others. Some might be his fault. Some might be my reaction to things. It's just, that's just what it was. I would never sit here and put the whole situation on him. You know what I'm saying? So even down to our breakup, it was mutual. Our breakup was mutual. It was something that we both agreed on, something that we both knew had to happen or we were going to be stuck being unhappy. It was last year, like I started to surround myself around the relationship. It's just, everything was just about the relationship. That's all that I cared about, to be honest with you guys. My world revolved around that relationship. My happiness revolved around my relationship. And that is where I messed up, y'all. Messed up is when my whole everything surrounded through that relationship, and it got to a point where even my friends saw, like, I wouldn't go out, I wouldn't hang out with my friends because I was just so unhappy. And it was a year of unhappiness. We were both very, very unhappy, but we kept going back. In my head I kept thinking, you know what, maybe the next time will be better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this will be the last time. And I always told myself, this is going to be the last time. If he doesn't get it this time, then it's a wrap. I'm done. And then there would be another time, and there I would say myself to that again. And it would just become more of like a pattern. I'm breathing hard because I'm low-key nervous to record this video, y'all. I'm so sorry. Constant fighting. It was constant breaking up. It was just, and over the course of a year. Man, that is a long time to be in an unhealthy relationship. It's not that we didn't love each other. It's not that we didn't care for each other. It's just got to a point where we just needed to grow up. We just needed to grow up, and we weren't making each other happy anymore. That we were comfortable with each other. We were together for so long that was probably one of my longest relationships. I want to say that was probably, it's not my first relationship, but I wanted to say it was one of the realest relationships that I've ever had. It was definitely a learning lesson. I became unhappy. You guys saw I was off YouTube for hecka long. And the YouTube I posted up, it was about my Sahara comments, my relationship status. And I said that I was single but unavailable. Little did you guys know I was still on and off with dude. I won't go into details because that is personal issues that I'm not going to go into. When we finally broke up, it really took a toll on me. It took a toll on me for several reasons. I've always been the type to be in a relationship, and I was the type to a relationship will make me happy. So probably for the past few years, I've always had back-to-back boyfriends. My ex was actually like a back-to-back situation, which is definitely not okay, and I wish that I would have spread out the time more, but it is what it is, right? I was lonely. That was one of the biggest things. I was lonely. I didn't have anybody to talk to. So me being me still doing old patterns and doing old things, I would, you know, hit up exes, conversate more with dudes that be trying to get at me on Snapchat or whatever the case may be. Just, you know, trying to find somebody to talk to, trying to see who the next person I could cuff. But at the same time, I'm still hoping and wishing that my ex would come back to me and I could just drop the dudes like that. That's exactly how I did. Like with all my back-to-back relationships, it would either I have a new boyfriend or I would talk to somebody else to try and until my ex came back. That's one of the reasons why it took a toll on me. And the other one was I felt like I was trapped. I felt like when you're going through a heartbreak, it's worse than a physical pain. It's a pain that you feel in the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in your head. You can, if you're really heartbroken, like you can feel that in your heart. Like it's like there's like a weight on your heart and it just doesn't feel good. Like I know I'm being dramatic, but this shit feels like you can't breathe. I'm sitting here in my own thoughts. I'm constantly thinking about who he's talking to or what he's doing. I would purposely post stuff to see if he would watch my story. Constantly, I took him, mind you, I took him off Snapchat. So constantly go down to other Snapchatters to see if he would watch my stories or just stuff like that. Still going on his Twitter, lurking. Like I'm that girl. Like I'm that girl. I'm nosy. Like I want to know what you're doing, how you're doing. I want to know. And mind you guys, it was a mutual breakup, so there's no love lost at the same time. So I would still flip out if I saw something. Definitely text him and be like, what's up with this? Like what's going on? Like what? So this is why you wanted to break up. This is why you wasn't doing what you wasn't doing because you wanted to be seen. Like it was that kind of stuff. Like I was on that kind of hype. Like really taking me out of my character, really turning me into this crazy freaking overly jealous, angry, just somebody that I didn't want to be. And that's exactly what that relationship turned me into, somebody that I did not want to be. One day I was on Snapchat and I saw something that I didn't like, and this is the big blow up. The big blow up when I really was like, I need to get myself together. Something that I shouldn't have been mad at because at the same time we're not together. At the same time we were still having contact. So it was kind of like a slap in my face. And I saw it and the first thing I did was I called him 3 times back to back. I'm hot. My blood's boiling. I'm pissed. So he's not answering my phone, so I'm like, he's not answering the phone, so I'm like, I'm getting even more mad. My radar is going up. So then I called my best friend. She just sat there and she just listened to me. She just listened to me rant, and she didn't judge me, even though I have been going back to her time after time telling her the same stuff, and the same stuff has been happening. She sat there and she listened. During that time I didn't really tell my mom about what happened when we were breaking up on and off. I was just like, she would just be like, oh, do you talk to such and such? I'm like, no. And that was that. She finally saw me like bawling my eyes out, and she was just like, she was upset. She was upset, and she was like, I'm upset because you're being weak right now. You have been heartbroken for a year. When she said that, I'm like, how does she know this? How does she know that I've been heartbroken for a year? Anyway, she's like, you have been heartbroken for a year. Enough is gonna be enough. If I was as fly as you, I would be going on dates every day. Da 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 da. You need to do better. You need to be focused on your schoolwork. You need to be focused on your money. You need to be focused on you. You need to have fun, because you don't have fun. And I wasn't having fun. I didn't go out. I didn't hang out with nobody. I rarely talked to people. I really isolated myself, to be honest with you. You need to do better. And the only person that you should be crying over, and when I tell you guys I was bawling. So the only person you need to be crying over is people who love you unconditionally. Your friends and your family. The people who really love you and care about you, not somebody who obviously doesn't care about what you got going on. Why are you crying over somebody who ain't crying over you? So, ding ding ding. And she didn't say it like that. She was being real harsh with it. So I couldn't even be mad at her for it. It hurt. I was hurting. I was really hurting. So that is just the background on the situation. So now I'm going to tell you guys what I did, the steps that I took to help me move forward. I started by, first things first, number one, I took him off everything. And when I mean I took him off everything, I mean I blocked him and unblocked him, so he wasn't following me either. So he couldn't see what I was posting unless he were to go on my profile, or if he were to add me back, or so something like that. So I wouldn't be going searching to see if he freaking watched my story. I was hoping that he would like one of my tweets. And I blocked his number. The second thing that I did was when I went on social media, even though I took him off everything, I would still watch other people's Snapchats. I would still go on other people's Twitters to see if they were either adding him on Twitter or if he was in one of their stories. And that was the only reason why I would watch people's stories, to be honest with you guys. I'm like, I need to take these people off. These people gotta go. They gotta go. I can't do it. I can't do it. This is not unhealthy. This is not something that I need to be doing, hoping and wishing I'm gonna see him on somebody's Snapchat. And like, you know, like I didn't want to do that no more. So people had to go. And I don't think that people should take it personal. The people who I did take off don't take it personal. And is taking them off the right thing? Could I have handled it differently? Yes, of course. But that's what I chose to do, and that is what has helped me in the process. And at the same time, do what makes you happy. Bump everything else. Bump whatever everybody else had to say. And that's exactly what I did. I did what I did. And I really didn't have to explain myself to anybody. And I still don't have to explain myself to anybody, because that's what I did so I can move forward with my life and so I can be happy. It's nothing personal against those people. It's just something that I needed to do so I can get past the situation. Because looking at certain people's stories or looking at certain people's tweets, not even tweets, but it was most likely Snapchat. So looking at people's stories, it was a trigger for me. I'm only going to watch your story and hope that Tristan's going to be on your story. Only reason. So people had to go. So if you feel like you need to do it, do it. And if it was really an issue, then whatever. Do I regret doing that? No. Because it's nothing personal against those people. It's just what I needed to do. The second thing is, I would still lurk. I would still go on his likes and see what he retweets. And I had to think to myself, then what? When I'm driving, I would hope to see him in a car with another girl, like on some crazy type stuff. And I had to think to myself, then what? I see that he's favoriting a girl's picture, then what? What am I going to do with that information? Am I going to call him crying? Am I going to sit here in my room crying? Then what? I see him in a car with another girl, because where I live, it's a very small town. So I see him in the car with somebody else. Then what? That's just really what it had to be. It's just like, then what am I going to do with that? How is that going to benefit me? It's not. So that I had to constantly play that in my head, like, before, let's say I was tempted, like, ooh, I want to go on this boy Twitter so bad, see what he's talking about. But then I had to think to myself, then what? How is that going to benefit me? How is that going to make me better? How is that going to help me move on? Then what? What? You get what I'm saying? So then what? That's just, you gotta ask yourself, then what? You find out this information about your ex, or you asking people about them, or whatever the case may be, you get the information, then what? I had to get to a point where I had to stop stressing over things that I could not control. So the next thing I started to do was, instead of me looking for somebody else to talk to quick or fill the void, I'm chilling. At first, in the beginning, I wasn't doing that, but now I am, and I'm chilling. I'm having fun. I'm flirting. I look good. I look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look good. So I'm flirting. So I would always say, y'all, go out. Have fun. Be with your friends. Do what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, nobody else's opinions mattered but the man up above. That's the only person's judgment I care about, and my mother's, of course. Thing is your support system. I wouldn't have gotten through this past year if I didn't have my support system. That goes from my besties, that goes to my mom, that goes to my cousins. And were a couple people that I don't talk to that even checked up on me. That checked up on me out of nowhere. So blessed for that, because I wouldn't have gone through it without them. People have listened to me cry and rant and be angry for a very long time, and they didn't complain not one time. Even when I felt like I didn't want to talk about it to them, so I would hold it in, they still encouraged me to talk to them. And no, Tay, you're not being annoying. Like, they let me talk. They let me just talk. Sometimes they let me talk. They let me just talk. Sometimes that's all you need, is just to talk. All those things got me to where I am today. I'm happy. And no, I'm not in a place where everything is just all peaches and cream and perfect. It's not. It's never gonna be. Sometimes it still hurts. It's not something that is going to help overnight. Definitely not. But it's something that can definitely be worked through. It's something that, yeah, time heals all, but at the same time, you gotta put the work in too, or it's never gonna get better. I'm at a point now where I'm happy. I'm happy, and I'm happy with who I'm turning into. I'm happy with the people I have around me. I'm happy. I'm happy for all the people who sit here and support me, and who are probably going to watch this video right now. And I'm happy for my ex. I'm happy that this relationship taught me something about myself. The whole relationship made me want to be a better me. And me and him are still cool. We're still cool. So it's no hate. There's none of that. It's just, it is what it is. For anybody at home who is dealing with a heartbreak, it'll get better. I prayed. I wrote in my notes. I just started to focus on me, do better for myself, do more things for me. And that's all that matters. And there was a time when I started to take things. We're on video. Say hi to the people, Nee.
Look it, I'm lengthy.
Oh my god.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Look at you.
The way looks good. You look, have you seen that video? You look good. Okay, y'all, that was my bestie. Where did I leave off? Going through a heartbreak at home. I feel for you. And it got to a point where I started to take things personal. things that I saw on Twitter, I started to take things personal. I started to take it out on myself. I started to feel like, why wasn't I good enough? That hurts. Like that feeling that why wasn't I good enough for somebody to treat me right type feeling, like that hurts. And I would never wish that on anybody. And people walk around here and they act like they stuff don't stink, and they act like their situation is better than anybody else's when it's not. People try and make it seem like heartbreak is just, it's not that serious. Get over it. It's not. It is serious. It is serious. Y'all see half of these little horror movies, people killing because a girl done broke their heart. Like, I'm not saying it has to go down to that extreme, but I'm just saying, like, it's serious. Heartbreak is definitely up there at one of the top most painful things for us as a human race. And if you're watching my video and you're heartbroken right now, I'm here for you. Now, I'm not just saying that to sound all good and godly on camera. I'm really not. I really mean that, because I hate when people feel like that, because it really sucks. I'm just gonna end this video here, and thank you guys so much for listening to me. If you ever need somebody to talk to, you feel like you don't have nobody to talk to, you know, you can always talk to me. I love you guys, and subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and do that. Once we hit 500, I'm definitely still doing a giveaway. So I know this whole thing was probably so all over the place because I just start to ramble, and my friend Justin was like, bro, just do no cards, just write down what you're gonna say. And I'm like, I can't, like I gotta improvise, I gotta say it with my chest. And that's what I was trying to do, but it was probably like all over the place, and I'm sorry, but I hope y'all get the gist, and I hope y'all feel what I'm trying to say. So subscribe, comment down below if you're going through a heartbreak or how you dealt with a heartbreak, whatever the case may be. Just comment and like and subscribe, and hopefully I see you guys in my next video.